Here's why you should care about the Federal Reserve Governor, Lisa Cook.
You're going to fire Lisa Cook, the Fed governor, over her mortgage
I'll fire her if she doesn't resign, yeah. What she did was bad, so I'll fire her if she doesn't resign.
Donald Trump is attempting to fire Lisa Cook, and many in the legal community say he has murky grounds to do so at best. Now, the Federal Reserve Act does give presidents the power to dismiss Federal Reserve governors, but only if the president can demonstrate cause. And cause is usually defined as professional neglect or malfeasance. What Donald Trump, and only Donald Trump, is accusing Governor Lisa Cook of doing is mortgage fraud. And if that sounds familiar, it's because Donald Trump has also accused Senator Adam Schiff and New York Attorney General Letitia James of mortgage fraud. Curious. Governor Cook has not been charged with any crime, nor has she been convicted of any crime. Nor, according to many legal experts, would mortgage fraud constitute professional neglect or malfeasance, giving the president the ability to fire Governor Cook. But all that is very much in Trump's wheelhouse, right? I don't like you, so I'm going to get rid of you. But there's a bigger picture that we should be worried about. If Donald Trump is successful in dismissing Governor Lisa Cook, he will have taken a giant step forward in consolidating power around the executive branch. The Board of Governors is made up of 7 members, each of them serving a 14-year term. Each member of the Board of Governors is nominated by the president and then sent to the Senate for confirmation. Now, you may or may not know, but there is currently one vacancy on the Board of Governors, and Donald Trump has nominated his chair of the White House's Council for Economic Advisors to that position. If he is successful in removing Governor Cook, that will make 2 vacancies that Donald Trump will be able to fill. Then comes current Fed Chair Jerome Powell. His term as the Fed Chair ends May 15th, 2026. His term as a member of the Board of Governors ends January 31st, 2028, because the Chair and Vice Chair of the Federal Reserve are picked from already existing members of the Board of Governors. Now here comes the worrying part. Typically, historically, when a Federal Reserve Chair is done with their term, they resign. They don't go back and finish out the remainder of their 14-year term as just a member of the Board of Governors. Now, it's very possible that Jerome Powell doesn't resign and he goes back to just being a Board of Governors and serves until 2028. But if he doesn't do that, if Jerome Powell resigns in 2026, that will give Donald Trump a 3rd seat that he gets to fill on the Board of Governors for the Federal Reserve. And if you'll remember, that is a 7-person board, meaning that Donald Trump would be 1 person away from having filled 4 or a majority of the seats on the Board of Governors at the Federal Reserve. The prospect of having a majority of the Board of Governors at the Federal Reserve be Trump loyalists, Trump sycophants, is an extremely disturbing thought. The Fed is supposed to be independent from the other 3 branches of government by design. They are not funded by Congress. They do not need permission for their economic decisions from Congress or the executive branch or the Supreme Court. They are an independent entity. One of the reasons that they serve a 14-year term is so that the individual members of the Board of Governors are not subject to short-term political maneuvers and pressure. Having Donald Trump have direct influence over the Federal Reserve could spell huge economic disaster for both our country and the global economy at large. And that's exactly why I say we should be paying attention very, very closely to this tug of war currently going on between Donald Trump and Governor Cook.